Alright, part 3 of Jennifer's Body, in-depth discussion, horror review.
We left off after the makeout scene, as we know, the infamous...
Or during the makeout scene, and this is where she starts to tell the story of how she actually got these flesh-eating abilities and going.
Yeah, because Amanda Seyfried's like, I know something's wrong with you, so, and I know you've been killing the boys, so tell me what's going on. She's like, alright, you know the night that I went with those boys? Yeah, and then it cuts to that scene. We get to see what actually happened that night when she got in the van with them.
I thought they were going to rape me.
And then it cuts to where they're in the van and they're talking about the sacrifice, and you're like, alright, it's tight. So they're going to...
No, she says, where are we going? And he's like...
She's like, are you even sure she's a virgin, dude?
No. She says, where are we going? And
she's
the guy's
like, I'm a virgin.
No, and the guy's like, you don't have to talk if you don't want to. That's his response to her question.
And he's like...
And then the guy's like, are you a virgin? And she's like,
so they get to Devil's Kettle.
And he's like, see, I told you, man.
It doesn't make it clear if they have to make the sacrifice at the Devil's Kettle. They make you think it's like a portal to, like, hell. Like, the easiest portal on earth to hell.
I didn't take it as that. I took it as, like, he only did it there to get rid of the knife. Get rid of the weapon. That's what I thought it was. He did it there to get rid of the evidence.
No, it was just convenient for him to do it.
Yeah, because they're in the town. It's convenient to get rid of the evidence.
It's just a subliminal message.
I don't know. I mean, it could be that thing that they made like a portal.
So anyway, so Purple Melon's there, and they're ready to sacrifice her, and one of the band members has doubts.
Go on.
One of the band members has doubts, and he's like, dude, do you want to be a loser and work at Cleary's Pub for the rest of your life?
You want to do freaking the mix shift for fries?
Or do you want to be rich and awesome, like that guy from Maroon 5?
And you're like, this is hilarious.
And then he goes to the freaking... And he goes to say the freaking seance to sacrifice a virgin to the devil so that they could get...
And he's like,
they're doing a deal with the devil. It's like a dope, like, Tales from the Dark Side type story. And
he's like, yeah.
He's like, yeah, I printed it off online. This is it.
Now we have to whip out the knife.
And he, like, stabs her a bunch.
And he's like, oh, shit.
He's like, what's your name again? And she's like, it's Jennifer. You know those girls who, like, you just, like, don't even care that their name is. You just want to know their name. Just so you could, like, you know. Yeah, well, she says it like, it's Jennifer.
Anyway, she's got the knife, and his friend's like, oh, nice knife. Is that a Bowie? And he's like, yeah, it's a bow.
He's like, it's hard enough to make it as an indie band nowadays, so we're doing it. And he's like, alright, here we go. It's going to be gnarly.
He raises up the knife, we're about to stab. He's like, here we go. It's going to be gnarly. You guys ready? It's freaking hilarious going for a horror movie.
They should have got Chad Michael Murray to play that part. It would have been hilarious.
Should have got Ernest P. Worrell to play that part.
Yeah, right.
Would have been more hilarious. To go on.
So he eats the... No, then it cuts to Jennifer, and she's like, so, I don't remember actually what happened, but I just remember walking down the road.
I should have been dead, but I woke up.
And we find out that she ate the foreign exchange
student. We find out that, the foreign exchange
They make you believe that he died in the fire,
but... He's just walking away from... It's just him going the opposite way, and they meet.
So she talks to him,
she's like, hey... Oh, yeah, he doesn't even speak English. He just nods his head yes or no, but he understands English.
It's like Apu.
She's like, did you stay...
Pakistan.
She's like, did you freak... She's like, do your parents know that you're alive or safe from the fire? And he just shakes his head, no. And she's like, well, come with me. And he
so like, she rapes
him. He would have been alarmed and been like, what the... Because she's covered in blood. He would have been like, what the...
Yeah, she's completely...
But they make him like a total Apu from freaking The Simpsons, like, oh...
And she's like, when I'm full, and then it cuts back to her and Megan Fox and Amanda Seyfried talking on the bed, and she's like, when I'm full, I'm unkillable. And she's like, I want you to leave.
Right now.
And then so she like hops out the window like she's Batman.
You want me to leave? Oh, fine. And she puts on her
disappears,
freaking...
of course.
Puts on her like
it's Fright Night.
She puts on her dirty freaking sweatpants and jumps out the freaking front window.
Then it cuts to Colin, the emo kid's freaking funeral scene, which is like outdoors. It's pretty tight.
Pretty tight.
No, so Amanda Seyfried knows that
And it's all dark
Jennifer's the
shots too.
killer.
It's like kept dark throughout the whole movie. And freaking the only time they do a daylight is when it's like a school day.
And then it cuts
Throughout
to
the
the
whole movie, it's
next
all dark
school
instead.
day, and it's Needy going through the library, doing paranormal research.
And she's finding all the warlock witchcraft stuff in the freaking
That's
occult.
dope. I
It's all
love it
the
when they
occult
do
stuff.
that. Throwback, go to the library,
Yeah,
look
it
up the books.
So then she freaking runs into her boyfriend, and he's like, "Needy, what happened?"
And then she's like, I haven't spoken to Jennifer since the lesbo scene. In the voiceover. And then she's like, and then this is when she first tells someone her theory of, so she knows that.
Yeah,
She
here's
read
the
about
part-
devil sacrifices and everything. So so they're sitting in the gym with her boyfriend. She's like, Jennifer's evil. He's like, no, I mean really evil.
Yeah,
Like, not
no,
even
no.
high school
Here's
evil.
the part that I said that I was going to explain that didn't make sense earlier. So we go back to her boyfriend, Needy, when the kid got killed, and she's by his house in the woods, and he's like, yeah, my dad said that he got eaten. But then when she's telling him the story here, he's like, no, I don't believe you. I think you need help. He would have more sympathy to understand, because he said that he had a suspicion
Yeah,
too.
but it's supposed to be based in reality,
he got,
so that he
yeah, but
doesn't
he
wanna
heard the
believe
story that the kid got
Jennifer's
eaten. I'm just saying it's a little
Yeah,
plot.
he'd
it's a
believe
plot
that there's
hole,
a killer.
like Nate Dunn's butthole. All right, go on.
He'd believe that there's a killer.
She's telling him, and he's like, I don't believe you. And she's like, alright.
In an 05 throwback, freaking high school championship banners in the background because they're in the gym.
Right to the left, behind her shoulder, it's tight. It's like 05.
And then it cuts to a music scene, and the students are setting up the spring formal because they're talking about the dance. So she's like, Chip, I can't go to the dance with you. Da, da, da.
Yeah,
Even though they're going to the dance.
She's like, I advise you not to go, and besides, stay away from Jennifer.
Because Jennifer's eating boys. And then it shows
She's like,
the
it's going to be like an all-eating buffet. As she
And it
says.
shows the main cast all getting ready for the dance, and they're all like taking pictures and shit.
Oh yeah, and then it's freaking time to get your croissants.
And then it's like freaking Chip's walking through the trail, through the park in town to go to the dance.
Oh yeah, it cuts to like
This is when he
freaking-
runs into Jennifer.
And freaking Jennifer's looking all smoking hot.
And then Jennifer is telling the story.
Even though before she left, she like looked like shit.
No, and
and
she
put on that
Jennifer-
makeup inside her
Jennifer's
room.
been wanting to eat what's her name's boyfriend the whole movie, and
Oh,
now
yeah.
this is her chance, and
She's
she's
been
like
sending
so
conflict
she
messages
starts
to
with
both of them.
some verbal, even though she's got all these
Needy
secret
and
powers. She could have just overtaken them, but she just like wants to turn her.
She's like, I want to tell you that I want to
She's
talk
like,
to you about.
Colin and Needy were porking on a
I
semi-regular
want to talk
basis.
to you about Needy.
I mean, like varsity shit.
She's like, they've been doing things that you haven't even dreamed of or heard of.
And then it's like cuts to the dance again.
She's like, you know what a rim job is? Yeah,
and
only
Needy's
varsities know.
there, and it's like low shouldered playing at the dance.
Oh yeah, and then no, and then this is the part where you think they're not going to play that song, they play a different one, but they play this song, and it's like, oh, I'll leave it.
They pimped this into.
You
hated it.
and you're like,
He
man,
hated everything.
you're like,
about
man,
it.
this movie's tight, but man, go on.
No, so then Chip believes Jennifer, and he
And they
starts
start
making,
out, and then they're
Even
sitting,
though
they're sitting against the
He
tree.
knows there's like a bitch killer out there.
And then he's sitting against the tree. Oh yeah, and before he left, freaking his mom gave him like the pink pepper spray.
No, they're making out for a while too. No, and then Amanda Seyfried's telekinesis kicks in.
Once the first kiss goes on, it goes to her back at the dance. Like she's getting the punch, but then she doesn't drink the punch because she like saw cabin fever before she went to the prom, and she was like, "Oh no, don't drink the punch because the janitor pissed in it."
With backwash liquor from Biff Tannen from Back to the
Or
Future.
freaking Uptown Water, home water. All right, go on.
Down on the spring water from Cabin Fever 2, so she doesn't even drink it.
But then the telekinesis kicks in. She's like, "Oh my goodness, she's kissing my boyfriend." And it like kicks into her mind.
And then it
she
cuts
runs.
back to Chip and Jennifer, and they go into the sewer system.
They go into like, I don't know if it's like a freaking yeah, it's gotta be like
It's
a
like-
sewer thing, but
It's like
it's kind of no, it could look like a freaking a crypt thing, like a graveyard crypt thing, but I don't know. But go on.
Either way, it was a
Still
total
going.
set on 20th
Either way, it was a
Century
total
Fox.
set. 20th Century Fox going. So freaking they go in, and then it cuts to freaking Needy running in her pink freaking thing.
Like she's Little Red Riding
This is
Hood.
like the only shot where she looks hot. Where she picks up the croissant at the tree where they're making out, and it's like the shot of her going.
She's pretty hot in some movies, but in this movie they make her the
no. It's like 60% of the
bitch.
time when you
She's
see her,
supposed to be
60% of the time she's not hot. 40% of the time she's hot. That's right.
That's
64.
her character. She's supposed to be
64. I'm staying by it. Go on.
You're supposed to have Jennifer be the hot one.
Okay.
To make Jennifer look even hotter.
Who's hot, Jennifer or Needy? I mean, give me a break. Come on. Go on.
But Amanda Seyfried.
Neither of them. They both got herpes. Okay, go on.
So then she runs and she sees the pink croissant.
No, we already said it. So she gets her way. No, she makes her way to the freaking sewer thing.
And sees that they went into the sewer thing.
And it cuts. It cuts to them below before that. About while she's running, and she's like talking to him. They're sitting on the curve, thing of the pool, and she's just like, I feel so empty. And he looks at her, and Chip's like, yeah, me too. and you're like, oh great, filler lines.
So Amanda Seyfried gets in there.
No, she's and she's eating them inside the freaking pool of the slime and slush.
Oh yeah.
And then
takes a bite out of his neck
and she's like, and just runs and jumps straight into there, and you're like, oh my goodness, no, she didn't.
She jumps right into the sewage water.
And it's all like puke and guts and rat ass.
But sanitary still.
Because it's a set.
Because they're total actors.
They got a contract.
So she jumps into the water with her pink dress, totally ruins her prom dress.
And then freaking no, and this is the thing. It's like another whack thing.
Oh my god! Then
he's totally ripped in his neck and he's bleeding.
And
he throws the pepper spray.
Hidden dragon.
Oh yeah, where she lifts him out of the. She lifts her out of the pool, like they fly straight up.
No, Jennifer starts freaking hovering in the air. Even when she was like full strength, and she's all strung out in this part, she hasn't eaten in a while. Even when she's full strength, they never show her like flying. But then she starts flying in the air like it's Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
I know, like on top of the trees or something.
Literally.
Go on, so freaking out. So throws the pepper spray.
So then it's the main fight ending of the two main characters.
But then somehow Chip's out of the pool and he's on the side and freaking he gets up.
Amanda Seyfried's like, I hate you. Were never a good friend.
She's
Jennifer.
like, yeah, well.
It was a total cat fight. And she's like, you poured lemonade on my bed. You stole my toys. You stole my G.I. Joes and Barbies.
And you're like, this bitch poured lemonade
in the
your
90s.
Bed. Alright. So then freaking Chip whips up the freaking pool pole and stabs her.
Oh yeah, it gets her pretty good.
And then she flees.
Yeah, so she pieces out. Doesn't go to
the
dance.
And then it's total emotional, home. Like Chip's still alive even though he got freaking bit in the jugular.
And Chip's still alive. She doesn't even eat the rest of
And by this time, after the whole fighting scene, he definitely would be dead. He would have been dead even before he threw the pepper spray.
So
but
they make
by
it
then,
an emotional scene.
By the stabbing, he should have been dead for sure.
Like, you look so pretty right now.
Oh yeah, that's the emotional scene.
That's the last thing you ever
And he's
said.
like, I'm going somewhere.
She looks like shit.
And she's like, no, you're staying right here. And you're like, whoa, this is Hollywood Lines hardcore.
Then it goes to the Jennifer's room ending, the opening scene, as we were saying.
Oh yeah, so it cuts back to the opening scene of her looking through the window, and we find out that this is when she's
through the window.
No, this is when she's coming back to kill her because of all the crap that's happening. And she's
she jumps through the glass.
She realizes that she's the demon, so she's like, I gotta kill her.
No, they're freaking hovering in the air. It's freaking.
Oh yeah, so they're hovering in the bed.
She's like, you killed my boyfriend. They're hovering in the air. It goes from slow-mo
and you're like, okay,
to slow-mo drop.
Oh yeah, it goes to slow-mo rock.
It starts playing
like,
rock
ding,
music.
Like slow-mo, and it's like freaking them slow-mo. No, it's
stabs her right in the tit.
Slow-mo footage of them raising up, and then they drop down, and then
stabs her right in the tit.
And she's like, my tit.
And she's like, no, you're hot.
No. You're hot. And you're like, wow, what is fucking Hollywood Lines?
And then, so Jennifer's mom, this is only like the second time you get to see her. She comes upstairs and sees
and she's like, what is going on, Jennifer?
Killed Jennifer.
And she's like, what? And
so this is how we find out that...
She picks up Jennifer to take her to the hospital, and then we find out this is how she got to the craziest insane asylum.
So they probably think... And she also bit... What's her name? Amanda Seyfried. And some of that
so then,
demon
so it cuts to her telling the story. Yeah, so it cuts to her at the insane asylum, finishing the story, like, yeah... They sent me here like I was crazy about it. And then she tells a story like, if you get bit by a demon though and survive, you actually get some of the powers. And then it cuts to like this retarded levitation meditation freaking like she's sitting like freaking kumbaya. She's singing kumbaya like holding
like
the hands up like
it's 7 years in Tibet or something.
Like it's 7 years in Tibet.
So she breaks out of this insane asylum, finds the knife in the stream. So
it doesn't make sense.
Ending that comes out of it.
Yeah, there is an ending that comes out of it, and it's like it's like the science.
30 seconds.
It's like the science red balls and the knife.
She hitches a ride.
Someone would have found it all the way. Yeah, by the time
shoulder.
By the time that she would have tried for the court and everything, and made it into the sane asylum, they would have found that knife and everything because it's right there along the side of the road. They would have found out where the end of that whole thing comes.
We gotta sum this up. And then the credits roll, and it just is playing music.
Hardcore rock. All right, so let's do the final setup. Let's do the final. What are you doing?